Hi everyone, Becca here. Today, a lot has been coming up around exactly just what it is that I do with clients and in this world, what my mission is. And so I've shared it before in other ways, and I just wanted to come on here again today and tell you a little bit about what I do, why I do it, and where the hell it came from and how I got to do what I do now. So you may know a large part of my story is hating my body, dieting from a very young age, being miserable because of that. Intense body shame. I hid it because it was so tender. This work that I do with clients is some of the most tender work in the entire world, in my opinion. And so no one knew. No one had any idea. I spent a lot of my evenings going to weigh-ins and going to check-ins. I spent a lot of mornings and clothes shoppings just like in the mirror, like grabbing, like it was just mean. I was very mean to myself, and that percolated into basically every area of my life. You are in your body all the time, and so when that relationship is toxic, like imagine being stuck and trapped in a toxic relationship, it just kind of eats at your soul slowly and slowly and slowly, sometimes more quickly. So I was 27. I had been dieting for 2 decades. I started my first diet at 7. I was living in New York teaching math at the time, and I started my last diet, and I remember specifically saying, okay, if this doesn't work, meaning if this diet doesn't help me lose weight like I've been trying for all of my life, then fuck it. I'm just meant to be fat, and I'm going to try to be okay with that fact. It was a very intense diet. It was very scientific. There were so many rules. It took up so much headspace and brain space. And it did like all of the other diets did. I lost a little weight. I felt kind of really confident, like, oh yeah, I'm doing all the best things for myself. And then it teetered off. It didn't work. And so at that point, I turned to yoga. I had actually turned to yoga because I had a bad back, and all of these doctors were like, well, have you tried taking some weight off? And I wanted to just like, up yours, dude. Like, yes, I've dedicated my life to losing weight. But so I was just doing some like really gentle stretches. And throughout that process, what came immediately back was the training that I had as a kid in, growing up, being immersed in sort of Eastern spirituality, following a Hindu guru, going to the ashram, learning meditation and kriya and yoga and pranayama throughout all of my childhood and into adolescence. Those sort of just naturally, organically came back. And through the hybrid of moving my body and moving with my breath and using those tools, I experienced an insane transformation. There were some other things and other people along the way. I hired my own coach. I hired my own therapist. I sort of dedicated my life to healing that relationship. And when I was kind of coming out on the other side of it, I was realizing, like I said before, like I am always in my body. So everything was impacted by that relationship. It went from me being in this like abusive, toxic, hateful relationship to this like loving, intense, beautiful, gorgeous, sexy, playful relationship. Like it was like, and it's sort of like I had this kind of like moment of like, this doesn't compute, because all of my life I grew up convinced, knowing even that it wasn't possible for me to experience any of that being in this body, like this badass body. And so when I was experiencing that and my body was still the same, it was this like mind-blowing sort of effect. And I remember specifically the day that I realized like, oh, this is the content that I'm supposed to teach, not math. I love math. I love my kids, but this is the content that I'm supposed to bring to this world. This is why literally everything in my life has happened. And so I left my job. I left my job as a teacher now 2 years ago. I've been doing this full-time work with clients, using a lot of the same strategies and new things that I've learned along the way and continue to learn on how to shift that relationship so that people can come back into their bodies, first like heal that relationship, even like communicate with it, feel more confident, feel more sexy, feel more badass in the body that they're in. And again, that kind of percolates into every situation. So a lot shifts for my clients and the people that I work with. And so I've said before, like, I feel very inspired by this message that nobody is wrong. My story is being too fat, too big, but there are other stories that I've since been kind of awakened to of how big of an umbrella this body oppression, this body terrorism is. Skin color, hair texture, bone structure, age, ability. It goes into like socioeconomic status, gender, education level. Like, there are all these ways in which we judge each other, and it's all coming back to the judgment of ourselves. So I'm here to help people liberate themselves from that body oppression and body shame, helping sort of you feel free to be exactly who you are in the body that you are in. And that's kind of this, like, what's kind of emerging out of this work is this whole body liberation. Like, what does it mean to be completely liberated in your body? And I'm here for it. So that's kind of the background, and that is really the heart of my work, is how can you feel liberated in your body, no matter the size, no matter the skin color, no matter the hair texture, no matter the gender, no matter the ability, no matter the age, all of it, no matter what, how can you feel liberated in your entire body? That's what I'm here for. So in any way that message gets disseminated, I am for it. So if that means tagging someone in this video that you feel like should hear my story or could hear my story, tagging somebody in a post of mine, connecting us via social media, reaching out to work, do some more intense private or group coaching, coming to one of my classes, just like anything at all that I can help you or anyone that you know get this message, because I'm here for it. So that's what I have for you all today. I'm gonna continue on with what I'm doing today, and I hope you all have an amazing, amazing, amazing Thursday, and I'm sending you all tons of love.